You think your body stopped listening? You think the years stole something you'll never get back? But what if I told you that what you feel when he finishes inside those sensations you've wondered about in the dark are still there, waiting to be rediscovered? Most women over 50 believe their bodies have gone quiet. That intimacy has become an echo of what it used to be, but your body. It's speaking a language you've forgotten how to hear. And in the next few minutes, you're going to remember. If this resonates with you, let me know you're here. Drop a comment, hit that like button, and subscribe to Secret Passions. This is where we talk about what no one else will, the pulse. The first thing almost every woman feels even decades past, menopause, is the pulse. When he reaches climax, his body contracts in 5 to 15 distinct rhythmic pulses about 0.8 of a second apart. If your pelvic floor muscles are engaged, you feel it, like a heartbeat blooming inside you. Women come to me confused. They say, I thought I'd gone numb, but when he finishes, I feel every single pulse. Sometimes it triggers something in me, a second wave I didn't expect. Is that real? Yes, completely real. Research shows that women who practice pelvic floor exercises, those simple Kegel routines, not only maintain but actually increase their ability to feel these contractions well into their 70s and beyond. I've seen women in their 60s rediscover their partners. 3 months of intentional muscle work, and suddenly they're saying, I feel everything. It's like we're young again. That's the power of a body that's been listened to. The heat. The second sensation women describe is warmth, a spreading heat in the lower belly. It feels like he's filling me with fire, they say. Here's the truth. Scientifically, you can't feel the temperature difference. His body and yours are the same 98.6 degrees. There's no thermal shift. So where does that heat come from? Your brain. Your heart. The emotional surge of knowing he's in his most vulnerable moment, the cascade of oxytocin and endorphins flooding your system. Your body translates intimacy into warmth. It's not the biology, it's the love, the connection. That's what you're feeling. And that doesn't fade with age. If anything, it deepens. The liquid. Now, you might be wondering, do I actually feel the liquid itself? The answer is no. Not really. The deeper parts of your vaginal canal, do you have enough nerve endings to sense volume or movement of fluid? What you're feeling is the pressure of those contractions against your cervix, against your inner walls. The sensation isn't about quantity. It's about presence, about pressure, about the interplay between your muscles and his. And that means your pleasure doesn't depend on him. It depends on you, on your muscle tone, your emotional connection, your awareness, the aftermath. But then comes what happens after. And this is where things get interesting. When you stand up, shift position, or simply move through your day, some of what he left inside you begins to descend. Why? Because your vaginal walls aren't smooth, they're ridged, folded, textured. Those natural grooves hold on to fluid. Hours later, sometimes 6, 7, even 8 hours, you might feel a slow release. A few drops. It's normal. Your body's architecture is designed this way. And then there's the scent. The scent, this is something most people don't talk about, but it's crucial you understand it. The scent of intimacy lingers on a woman's body for 24 to 48 hours, sometimes longer. Not because you're unclean, because chemistry is powerful. The scent. Semen contains volatile compounds, molecules with names like cadaverini, sperm, and the same compounds found in aged cheese or certain fish. These molecules are intensely aromatic, detectable at nearly invisible concentrations. For women over 50, 2 things amplify this. First, menopause shifts your vaginal pH toward alkaline, which allows these compounds to evaporate more slowly. Second, lower estrogen levels thin the vaginal lining slightly, reducing your body's natural self-cleaning efficiency. So the scent stays closer to the surface. What does this mean practically? If you're intimate in the morning, your partner might still detect a faint trace that evening even after you've showered. And here is something most doctors won't tell you outright. This scent can be a health signal. If the smell suddenly becomes sharper, fishier, or unpleasant even, without recent intimacy, it's often a sign of bacterial imbalance. A simple probiotic treatment can restore everything. Your body is speaking. Listen, the primal truth. Now we arrive at the part that might surprise you, or maybe it won't. That lingering scent? It's not accidental. It's evolutionary. Our ancestors lived in small groups where a woman might be intimate with multiple partners in close succession. Anthropologists call it sperm competition. Human semen actually contains what scientists call kamikaze sperm cells whose only job is to attack and destroy rival sperm. And that distinctive scent? It was a signal, a marker. She's fertile. She's been with someone. Act now. The next partner's body would respond with a stronger erection, a more forceful release, a biological imperative to compete. And here's what shocks people. This mechanism doesn't turn off at 50, 60, or 70. In couples who explore consensual communicative dynamics, whether through fantasy, role play, or ethical non-monogamy, I see something remarkable happen. Men who VA struggled with low desire for years suddenly experience arousal like they have felt in decades. Why? Because the primal brain wakes up. It senses competition. It activates. I'm not saying this path is for everyone, but when a couple who's been together for 30 or 40 years decides to explore with honesty, safety, and mutual respect, the results can be profound, medically, emotionally, intimately. The revelation: your body, even after menopause, even after decades of partnerships, still wired for desire, for sensation, for deep connection. Age doesn't shut down the circuits of pleasure. It transforms them. Sometimes all it takes is understanding these signals, the pulse, the emotional warmth, the lingering trace to reignite something you thought was lost. Let's bring it home. You can feel those pulses. Your pelvic floor can be strengthened at any age. The warmth you feel is emotional truth, not thermal fiction. The release and scent that linger are both normal and potentially informative for your health. And most of all, your sexuality after 50 isn't ending. It's evolving. Affirmation: you are not too old. You are not past your prime. Your body is still listening, still speaking, still capable of astonishing you. If this opens something in you, let me know. Tell me in the comments, do you still feel those pulses? What's your experience been? I read every single one. And if this video gave you something real, show some love, subscribe, and turn on notifications for secret passions. Because next time, we're diving even deeper. The exercises that restore sensation you thought was gone forever. Take care of yourself and never stop making love like it's the first time.